President Biden pledges more U.S. support while making an unannounced visit to Ukraine. This week marks 1 year since Russia invaded the country. Plus, we're finally hearing from the Norfolk Southern CEO weeks after a toxic train derailment in East Ohio. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Hay. New today, President Biden made a surprise visit to Ukraine this morning on his way to visit Poland. It's his first trip to the war-torn country since Russia invaded almost 1 year ago. U.S. officials say Russia was notified of the trip some hours before the president arrived, but the movements of the American president were kept secret. The president met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, during which he renewed his pledge of U.S. support. He announced an additional military aid package for Ukraine of about $500 million.
That announcement includes artillery ammunition for HIMARS and howitzers, more javelins, anti-armor systems, air surveillance radars to help protect Ukrainian people.
After leaving Ukraine, President Biden made his way to Poland to discuss humanitarian and military aid for Ukraine with a broader group of Eastern European leaders. On this President's Day, well-wishers are visiting the hometown of President Jimmy Carter. The 98-year-old has entered hospice care at his Georgia home after a series of hospital stays. Among those paying tribute, his niece, who noted the legacy of the 39th president at the small Baptist church where Carter taught Sunday school for decades.
We'd have over 500 visitors here that sometimes would spend up to 48 hours in this parking lot waiting just for an opportunity to see him teach.
Over the weekend, visitors also stopped in at the Carter Center in Atlanta to reflect on Carter's life, legacy, and humanitarian efforts. Carter and his wife have been married for more than 75 years, making American history as the longest married presidential couple. Let's head out to the weather patio now. Meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at a first warned weather, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, feeling like spring out here. I mean, the birds are chirping, but yeah, this is fake spring that we have going on out here on the patio because things are definitely going to change. Now, we have a fast-moving system that's producing a few snow showers up near the Dells areas to the north. A lot of that is not reaching the ground that you see toward Richland Center and Lone Rock, maybe a flurry or two. That'll be mainly passing to the north, but being counter that if you're traveling north on I-90-94 toward Toma. Looking at most of that, though, staying well to our north. You can see on our future track radar. Visible satellite, we actually are seeing some sun here now currently, so we'll enjoy the sun while we have it because we're not expecting a whole lot for much of the rest of the week as we have a pretty big storm system on the way. 37 right now in Madison, so a very nice afternoon, but we do have a winter storm on the way. Alert day goes into effect Tuesday night. This will go right through Thursday. It's going to bring in a whole lot of mess for southern Wisconsin. We're talking about snow initially, then it changing over to sleet and freezing rain for a time Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday evening, before changing over to all snow. Still a little bit uncertain as who's going to see a lot of snow, but it's not going to be too far away from Madison up to the north. We're talking about nearly a foot of snow in some locations in central Wisconsin. Could be talking about nearly 2 feet of snow, so an unusually heavy snowstorm headed our way in the middle and later part of this week. Today we'll look at partly sunny skies, maybe a sprinkle or a flurry, especially areas to the north. But looking ahead to 37 right now, we should be in the low 40s, stay with that southwest wind. We'll talk more about the major winter storm on the way later this week. More coming up.
Can't wait. Thank you, Kelly.
Sure.
Beloit police arrested 2 men who they say led them on a high-speed chase that crossed into Illinois. Officials say the 18-year-old was in possession of a firearm as a felon, and the 19-year-old was wanted on multiple felony charges. A chase ensued after they were spotted by police Friday, which crossed into Illinois at one point. The chase ended after deputies used tire deflation devices to stop the vehicle. Both men were arrested and are now facing charges. It's been more than 2 weeks since a Norfolk Southern train derailed, dumping toxic material in East Ohio, but the aftermath lingers on. The company is now working with multiple agencies in response to cleanup efforts. Some residents say they're suffering from ailments like headaches and sore throats since the derailment. Norfolk Southern CEO Alan Shaw says all air and municipal water tests have come back clean, but some people should still drink bottled water.
Private well testing, we need to continue to monitor and test the wells and wait for those test results to come back.
After those symptoms, I also noticed that I have this rash on my arm that was not there.
The Ohio Department of Health plans to open a health clinic for those affected by the train derailment tomorrow. This week, the Supreme Court will hear oral arguments that could reshape online speech and content. One case looks at whether tech platforms and social media companies can be sued for recommending content to their users. Another looks at lawsuits concerning the support of international terrorism by hosting terrorist content. Rulings in these cases are expected by the end of June. Well, as we mentioned, today is President's Day, an official holiday observed every year on the third Monday in February. President's Day has a long history, starting with the nation's first president, George Washington. In the decades following Washington's death, his birthday was unofficially observed every year. But in 1879, President Rutherford B. Hayes made it official, signing it into law to join 4 existing bank holidays approved in 1870. In 1971, under President Richard Nixon, that law shifted Washington's birthday, Columbus Day, Memorial Day, and Veterans Day to all fall on Mondays. The goal was to create more 3-day weekends in the hope it would boost productivity on working days. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Meta is introducing verified accounts for a price, and Dodge is recalling thousands of its Ram trucks. That's next in the Money Watch report.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Updating your old, outdated kitchen will make a huge difference in the look and feel of your home. Mad City is Wisconsin's #1 remodeler and trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. Transform your cabinets, countertops, and more in as little as 2 days. In addition to our lifetime warranty, Mad City offers a price lock guarantee. Once you receive a free design consultation, we'll lock your price in and guarantee it for 1 year, no matter what. So go ahead and make the call now. Take advantage of the savings during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a cabinet refacing project with 60 months, 0% interest. Senior and military discounts. Plus, call now during this program and receive a free $60 restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
After violence turned Waukesha's Christmas parade into tragedy, Judge Jennifer Doro ensured justice was served, maintaining order, protecting the rights of victims. Her Grace Under Fire won praise nationally. Now Judge Jennifer Doro is ready to serve on the Supreme Court. Wife, mother, prosecutor. Judge Doro's life's work is keeping Wisconsin families safe. It's no surprise Judge Doro is law enforcement's choice. The tested judicial leader, Judge Jennifer Doro for Supreme Court.
At Lawton Cates, we connect you with top medical specialists after a serious injury. We hold the insurance company responsible for your lost wages and hospital bills, and we won't accept anything less than what you deserve. Your life counts. Lawton Cates.
This Monday, the best President's Day sale is the President's Day sale at Hy-Vee. Save big on 6 packs of Coke products, just $2.88. Hy-Vee split chicken breasts, just 99 cents a pound. Basket and bushel blackberries, just $1.48. Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. Breyer's ice cream, just $2.98. And Yoplait yogurt, 3 for only $1. Don't miss the President's Day sale this Monday at Hy-Vee.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Meta is introducing verified accounts for a fee. The parent company of Facebook and Instagram will first test the new service in New Zealand and Australia before rolling it out to other countries. Badges will cost $11.99 a month on the web and $14.99 on Apple and Android operating systems. The payment also covers extra protection against account impersonation. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg announced the move, which is aimed at influencers and those who use social media for their business. Twitter was the first to start charging to verify accounts. Dodge is recalling more than 300,000 Ram trucks in the U.S. because of a potential fire hazard. Drivers are warned not to park the vehicles inside. Dodge says it knows of at least 6 fires that may be related to the problem, but also says the risk is minimal. And Ant-Man crawled to the top of the box office this weekend. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania raked in $104 million in domestic ticket sales, easily the largest movie opening of the year. 30 more big film releases are planned for this year. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Matt Piper.
Stock and egg markets are closed today for President's Day. Our call for action volunteers are, though, they're working there in the building, taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. You're taking a live look at the Call for Action studio. Volunteers are here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so you can call for action right now at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. As we mentioned, no egg numbers today because it's President's Day, but Kelly has your first warn weather next to noon. And then today on Live at 4, we head to the movies with film critic Will Loper. He'll have what movies are topping the box office charts and some suggestions on what to watch on screens big and small. We'll be back.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
A couple of friends and a lot of family thought it looked very nice.
I felt like spending the money in here was the best choice, and I feel like it will definitely raise the value of my home.
It's easy to get the kitchen of your dreams on a budget you can afford with cabinet refacing from Mad City Kitchens. Installed in as little as 2 days with upgrades like pull-out shelves and soft close doors and drawers. Mad City has more than 50,000 satisfied customers, an A+ rating with the BBB, and now it's our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a cabinet refacing project with 60 months, 0% interest, senior and military discounts. Plus, call during this program for a free $60 restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz. On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
On the Jennifer Hudson Show. Cheers to Chelsea Handler.
Jennifer Hudson has never had a sip of a cocktail. I don't know what your plan is.
And from The Last of Us is Nico Parker.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
We're celebrating Fat Tuesday in the 608 with a gooey Polish tradition.
Tomorrow I'll be live at Lane's Bakery with the taste and tell on Punchki.
And a winter storm will bring us some snow and ice. We'll track it tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Well, social isolation could be a major health risk for people as they age. According to the CDC, loneliness can cause increased risk of depression, dementia, and even death. But a cutting-edge tool is helping some seniors stay connected. Bradley Blackburn explains.
On a rainy day at River Spring Living Center in New York City, therapist Dominique Fickling is leading a trip a world away.
Bermuda?
She's taking residents to the beach, no sunscreen needed.
Oh, just serene.
It was so beautiful. Makes me feel like I'm over there.
The water, oh my goodness, I just wanted to put my feet in and just get right in. It just Oh, it was so realistic, you know?
Take a little bit of sand, pick it up, pick it up.
This retirement home is one of hundreds now using virtual reality as a form of fun and therapy. A company called Rendeavor designed these VR sets especially for seniors.
Surprisingly, elderly people adapt better than young people. They love change when it comes to fun things and interesting things, and they really have embraced this.
We're just going to go through your home setting.
After a surgery or major life change, seniors can use actual images of home to practice in occupational therapy.
He came to win.
And games are a way to connect. Friends Al and Arnold get competitive, popping virtual balloons.
This can be anybody's game, fellas.
Me and Al are very similar. He beats me every time.
Virtual experiences can create powerful emotions, like when residents return to the block where they grew up.
Kind of get into that mental health space where we were able to just talk about it.
Today, Marjorie Bryant went back to the Harlem street where she remembers playing as a girl.
Jump rope and roller skate.
Right there with friends again, as virtual reality finds a new generation of older fans. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
VR companies like Rendeavor are also incorporating exercise equipment like stationary bikes to turn virtual reality sessions into a real-world workout. Let's get a look now at your certified most accurate forecast meteorologist Kelly Slifka out on the weather patio. Hi, Kelly.
Yeah, good afternoon. Just a really nice afternoon right now here on the patio. The birds are chirping, the sun is out, and it's feeling like spring, but it's not like that everywhere. In fact, actually, we've had a pretty good snow shower that's moving from about Toma, Mauston, Camp Douglas, down toward the Dells, maybe reducing visibilities if you are traveling that way on I-90-94. A lot of that staying to the north of Madison that you're seeing to the south. A lot of that's not reaching the ground. Temperatures right now are in the upper 30s, so we're sitting at 37 in Madison, 39 off to the west in Lone Rock, 36 right now to the west. We're looking at temperatures across Dane County, basically everybody sitting at 37. Well, I guess we do have 36 up to the north and east. But it generally a really nice noon hour, but that's going to change. Don't get too used to this yet because we have a alert day. This goes into effect Tuesday night, Wednesday into a Thursday. So this is a long duration event. Initially, it's going to start out as some snow moving in as early as late Tuesday afternoon to the west of Madison, then Tuesday evening moving into the Madison area. That's a clipper system that'll move in, bring in some snow. Then we got another storm system coming in the south that'll bring in a lot of moisture and warmer air with it. Going to ride up over the colder air at the surface, and that's going to change some of that snow over to some sleet and freezing rain. That's really going to cause some problems. It looks like mainly Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night, eventually changing over to all snow. So once again, with this first clipper system moving in Tuesday night, maybe 1 or 2 inches. The heavier amounts are going to stay to this to the north of the area as that moves on in. Then eventually, as that southern system comes in Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night, that's going to change some of that over to some freezing rain, sleet, and then snow. The heaviest amounts of snow are going to be staying to the north, but there's going to be a sharp cutoff and really heavy snow is expected with this. Now, we've got two systems. One's way up there in southwest Canada. That's the one that's going to bring in the snow eventually Tuesday night. The southern system is still sitting off the coast of California. That's the one that's going to bring all the warm air and all the moisture coming in, and that's what's going to bring us that mixture going into a Wednesday. Really going to become a problem. Could see some significant icing with that. Today, pretty quiet, maybe a snow shower to the north, maybe a sprinkle or a flurry going into this evening, but that alert day does go into effect Tuesday night into through Thursday. We're looking at that snow, sleet, freezing rain, snow, and ice accumulation, and once again, the heavy snow staying to the north. But once again, we could be talking about some areas north of the Dells, upwards of a foot of snow. So initially, we get that snow that comes on through Tuesday night, may get a break Wednesday morning, but by Wednesday afternoon, we get that rain-snow mixture. You see that pink kind of trying to get across the border there, and some really heavy snows across central Wisconsin into Minnesota, where they're talking about a foot. There's going to be an icy mix here in extreme southern Wisconsin, 1 to 3 inches south of Madison, 3 to 6 from Madison up toward the Dells, but a really sharp cutoff in some locations in Minnesota and extreme western Wisconsin toward Eau Claire, getting close to 2 feet of snow. Just unbelievable amounts of moisture with this system coming in. So enjoy today, quiet. Most of tomorrow quiet as well, but by tomorrow evening we'll see that snow moving in and on and off sleet and snow and freezing rain Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night before changing to all snow. And we're going to repeat this. It looks like we'll clear out just in time for the weekend. We're back in the 30s.
couple of days to get ready.
Yeah, definitely. This is going to be a big one. Something we'll really have to watch out for. Power lines. Obviously, the roads are going to be in bad conditions Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night.
All right, stock up. Thank you, Kelly. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen celebrating President's Day with a few presidential favorites.
Schools are closed today. Government offices are shut down. And if you were thinking of going to the bank, think again. It's President's Day, which means today we're celebrating U.S. presidents, both past and present. Since you might have a little extra time on your hands, what do you say we whip up a presidential favorite? Before we do, did you know that one of President John F. Kennedy's favorite foods was a steaming bowl of clam chowder? And who would have ever guessed that FDR loved an ooey-gooey grilled cheese sandwich? Today, we're baking a Southern-style muffin that we think our 39th President Jimmy Carter would love. After making a super moist peanut butter batter, we spoon it into muffin cups. Then, to take them over the top, we finish them with a nutty streusel topping, and into the oven they go. Let me tell you, these muffins are worth a presidential seal of approval. They're that good. On top, you have an addictively good buttery crumb topping, and on the inside, the muffins are crazy moist. To get the recipe for our presidential peanut muffins, simply visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a perfectly presidential way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Well, ahead at noon, Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. We'll get to your calls right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Are your kitchen cabinets scuffed, stained, or just outdated? Chances are the frames themselves are still in great shape, so don't replace, reface. Call Mad City Kitchens, your trusted local source for kitchen cabinet refacing. With scratch and stain-resistant surfaces, colors including satin white, Kodiak, candlelight, and more. Add soft close doors and drawers and a Lazy Susan. Installed in as little as 2 days, back to the lifetime warranty. Remember to ask about our price lock guarantee. Plus, don't miss out on our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a cabinet refacing project with 60 months, 0% interest. Senior and military discounts, plus last chance to call during this program for a free $60 restaurant.com gift card with in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call 608-298-5383. That's 608-298-5383.
We depend on judges to keep our families safe. But Jennifer Doro has a long history of keeping criminals, even sexual predators, out of prison. As a judge, Doro lets criminals off easy so often, a fellow judge questioned her soft treatment of convicted criminals. She even gave a convicted domestic abuser 2 days to report to prison, time he used to violently assault his own family members. Jennifer Doro lets criminals off the hook, and that has no place on our Supreme Court.
This year, say yes.
I couldn't be more thrilled with my results. I'm over the moon happy. Look at that waist.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Call 1-800-993-0752 or go to sonobello.com.
Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company is here answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call 608-270-9933. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
What'd you bring along today?
I brought some Chinese evergreens.
These are all the same?
These are all the same. This is the typical Chinese evergreen, and it's good for a low to medium light application. They get, probably 24 to 30 inches tall and wide, kind of bushy. But now they've started to mess with them, just like everything else, the collector plants. So this also is a Chinese evergreen with the pink and the red. And then this is a brand new one out with this much more lance-shaped foliage.
This is the same plant as this?
Yes. And now the thing with these is that with any of these new varieties where they're highly variegated or different colors is they usually need more light than the species to hold this coloration.
Interesting.
So just like when we talked about the philodendron a few weeks ago, you know, there's fancy pink ones. Those need more light than the ones that you throw in your bathroom that never see the light of day except through that little frosty window.
And grow forever.
And grow forever, exactly.
Let's go to the phones. And start with Jim in Reedsburg. Hi, Jim. What's your question?
Hi. We have some bamboo plants. They're in a small pot, and they have stones, and all we do is put water in them. But 3 of them are about 2 foot tall, and 1 is probably now at about 5 feet tall, and it's already hitting the ceiling. How do you transplant those?
So you're talking about lucky bamboo, which is, yes, it's sold, it's a stalk, it's got some leaves that come out of the nodes, and usually we'll see it in some kind of vase with some stones to keep it upright, and you just clean the water. They're usually very slow growing, and it's usually not an issue with potting them. I believe that you can cut them back and then count on those side shoots to sort of fill the plant in. And if you're going to repot it, and there's no reason, they have roots on them, there's no reason why you can't put them in soil. They're going to need bright light, and I would just use any high quality potting mix, some kind of soilless mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Growing well. Let's go to Bev now in Beaver Dam. Hi, Bev.
Hi. Thank you for taking my
You're
question.
welcome.
I'd like to know, I planted some arborvitaes last July, and I would like to know if this spring I should be fertilizing them with muracid.
I would say that with evergreens, it takes them a couple years to establish. So I would not use a high nitrogen fertilizer like Muracid or Miracle Grow on them, but something that's more suited for root development, especially if you planted them in July. They're probably not fully established. Although a lot of people, myself included, when there are evergreens that sort of discolor in the cold weather, you see it a lot on pines, they'll turn kind of yellow, junipers get kind of purple. And sometimes a foliar spray of Muracid right on the plant itself will help pick the color up and brighten them up a little bit in the spring. So you can do that.
Okay. Let's go to Carly now from Platteville. Hi, Carly.
Hi. I have some amaryllis that I would like to have blooming for a banquet towards the end of May. Right now they're in my cold room, dormant.
Okay.
When do I bring these out and set them out so I can use them for centerpieces?
Sure. It's a matter of timing, Carly. So generally they take about 12 to 16 weeks to go through that dormancy period. And then we usually start them, repot them right around the beginning of November to get flowers for the holidays. So I would guess taking your event date back about 6 or 8 weeks, they'll probably start up a little faster than they do in the winter because they do like a little bit of heat to get them going in the winter. I have to put mine in my utility room because it's warm in there. So I'd say you're going to want to pull them out.
About 6 weeks?
Yeah, in about 6 weeks.
Okay. All right. Good luck with that. We are out of time. If you're on the line, stay there. Lisa will talk to you off the air.
I will.
You got calls.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for calling, everybody. Here's Kelly, one final check of the forecast.
Yeah, good afternoon. We are looking at some snow showers that are continuing to move areas to the north. These are very brief, but they may produce a little bit of reduced visibilities from the Dells up through Camp Douglas. A lot of this might not be reaching the ground. Nothing around Madison right now. In fact, we actually are seeing some sunshine. Temperatures into the low 40s today, but don't get used to it. We've got an alert day Tuesday night right through Thursday, a mixed bag. And we could be seeing some significant icing Wednesday into Wednesday night.
All right, stay tuned for that. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.